The epic highway chase, how they built a highway for The Matrix Reloaded. Have you ever watched a movie scene so jaw-dropping, so intense, that you couldn't help but wonder, how did they pull that off? Well, in The Matrix Reloaded, there's one sequence that did exactly that, the highway chase. This scene wasn't just a cinematic masterpiece, it was a logistical and creative marvel. They didn't just shoot on some random highway, they built their own highway. Yes, you heard that right, an entire 1.5 miles of custom freeway, designed specifically for one scene. But why go to such extremes? What made this chase so groundbreaking, and what can it teach us about pushing creative boundaries in filmmaking? Let's break it down. First time I watched The Matrix, I was expecting another dark, gritty sci-fi movie. You know, the kind, deep philosophical themes, heavy-handed political metaphors, maybe some slow-moving action. But then the opening shot happens. Trinity leaping into the air with the camera spinning around her. It was unlike anything I had ever seen before. The camera, the choreography, the way the world seemed to bend and shift. It was surreal. It wasn't just a film. It was an experience. And from that first moment, I was hooked. I couldn't look away. I watched the film over and over, and every time I discovered something new. It was mind-blowing. That film, The Matrix, became a huge inspiration for me to pursue filmmaking. The innovation, the ambition. It showed me that storytelling could be pushed to new limits. And as I started learning more about the craft, one of the most impressive parts of the movie was the way they blended practical effects with visual innovation. Which brings us to The Matrix Reloaded, and more specifically, the highway chase scene that redefined action filmmaking, building the highway. For The Matrix Reloaded, the Wachowskis knew they had to go bigger, bolder. The highway chase wasn't just going to be another car chase. It had to be something that pushed the boundaries of what audiences could expect from an action film. And to do that, they needed a completely custom-built environment, so they built their own highway. The team found a piece of land in Alameda, California, once used by the US Navy, which offered the perfect amount of space to create a high-speed loop. This wasn't some small-scale set. No, they constructed a full 1.5-mile stretch of freeway, complete with overpasses, lanes, guardrails, and even road signs, all made to look like an actual worn-in highway. It wasn't a quick process. The highway took 3 months to build, costing a whopping $2.5 million. And it wasn't just any highway. It was designed specifically for this one scene. Every curve, every turn was carefully calculated to make sure the action would unfold perfectly. The beauty of this approach was that the filmmakers weren't limited by constraints of a real highway. They could stage high-speed crashes, chase scenes, and stunt work without needing to block off public roads or rely too heavily on CGI. They had complete control. The chase itself. Now let's talk about the chase itself. The sequence opens with Trinity on a Ducati racing through traffic as bullets fly and semi-trucks barrel down the road. But this isn't just another car chase. It's an epic, high-octane ballet of vehicles, stuntmen, and practical effects. Every moment is packed with tension, every frame brimming with danger. To make this happen, the Wachowskis relied on a mixture of practical effects, stunt work, and some cutting-edge visual effects for the time. Practical stunts. For most of the action, real vehicles were used. From cars flipping to semi-trucks colliding, everything was done with precision and care. The filmmakers didn't rely too much on digital effects. Instead, they chose to make the destruction feel real, and it shows. Trinity, played by Carrie-Anne Moss, didn't just sit on the bike. She spent months training to handle the Ducati, mastering the art of high-speed maneuvering. For the most dangerous stunts, the team used rigs to keep her safe, and a stuntwoman to step in as a body double. But the speed, precision, and daring maneuvers were all real. Creating this highway wasn't just a matter of building a road and calling it a day. It came with its own set of unique challenges that pushed the filmmakers to the limit. Logistics and planning, coordinating all the vehicles, stunt performers, and camera setups was a massive undertaking. Every car needed to be placed in just the right spot, and every action had to be rehearsed to perfection. Heat and dust. The production was filmed at Alameda, and the location was less than ideal. It was windy, dusty, and swelteringly hot. The team had to fight through extreme conditions to pull off the sequence. Risk and reward. With such an ambitious project, there was no guarantee that it would all come together. The budget was enormous, the stunts dangerous, and the pressure immense. But as we can see, the risk paid off. So why does this highway chase matter in the context of filmmaking? Why is it still one of the most talked about sequences in action cinema? First, it set a new standard for action scenes. The Wachowskis showed that you didn't need to rely solely on CGI to create something epic. Instead, you could blend the real and the digital, creating a world where every moment feels tangible. The legacy of the chase scene goes beyond just The Matrix Reloaded. It influenced an entire generation of filmmakers, and its impact can still be seen in modern action films. The relentless energy, the intricate choreography, and the blend of practical and digital effects are things that we now take for granted in blockbuster cinema. But at the time, this scene felt revolutionary. The highway chase in The Matrix Reloaded isn't just a cool action sequence. It's a blueprint for how action should be done. It shows us that sometimes the best way to make a film feel real is to take it to the next level, to push yourself, to risk it all, and to build your own highway, if that's what it takes. Watching this sequence today, I can't help but feel the same sense of awe I did when I first saw The Matrix. For me, that film ignited a passion for filmmaking, and this highway chase, in particular, stands out as a perfect example of what happens when you combine creativity, risk, and ambition. So the next time you watch The Matrix Reloaded, remember, they didn't just make a chase scene, they built a highway, and with it, they paved the way for action filmmaking as we know it today. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe and we'll see you in the next one.